Next News, breaking news.
The former Speaker of the United States House of Representatives just admitted on camera that every member of Congress knew not to let young staffers anywhere near Eric Swalwell. Every single one. That's not opposition research. That's not some rumor from a political hit piece. That is Kevin McCarthy confirming that Capitol Hill passed around warnings about a sexual predator like safety memos, while the victims suffered in silence. The Democrat establishment protected their guy. And now the Department of Justice just launched a federal investigation with a mandate that has Pelosi's phone lighting up like a Christmas tree. The question is, who knew what, and when did they know it? Now here's why this matters to you, and not just to Washington insiders playing cover your backside. Your tax dollars paid Eric Swalwell's salary, while he allegedly preyed on young staffers. Your trust in Congress was betrayed. Every single day, this open secret circulated through those marble hallways, and your children, if they're ever dreaming of working on Capitol Hill, they would have been fed into a system where predators are protected and victims are silenced. It's not just about a disgraced congressman. It's about an entire institution that knew a monster was walking among them and chose to look the other way. Nancy Pelosi? Well, she was briefed by the FBI in 2020 that Swalwell was a target of a Chinese spy operation. Fang Fang, remember? And she kept him on the Intelligence Committee anyway. She knew he was compromised. She knew he was a liability. She used it as leverage. The same Democrats who lecture you about believing women built a fortress around a man they all knew was dangerous. And now that fortress is crumbling, with federal prosecutors holding the sledgehammer. Oh yes. And speaking of major federal investigations and government accountability, there's breaking news that you need to hear about. What President Trump is doing to secure America's future. This is directly from the White House. Over $30 billion just committed to securing America's critical mineral supply chains. And here's what caught my attention. A specific Alaska project was named as a key strategic asset for U.S. mineral independence. Now, I've been to the Vizsla copper drilling site in Canada myself. I've seen it with my own eyes. But what's happening in Alaska right now is bigger than most people realize. President Trump just unveiled Project Vault, a $12 billion strategic minerals reserve designed to stockpile essential resources and keep America safe from foreign supply chain disruptions. This is exactly the kind of forward-thinking leadership that our country needs. Now, you can find Vizsla Copper trading in the United States under VCUFF and in Canada as VCU.V. It's on your screen there. Check the exclusive briefing only for Next News viewers, link below, because this is a story that's going to get a lot bigger very soon. We thank Vizsla Copper for supporting this program. Now back to the federal investigation that has Democrats scrambling for cover. Now here's what we haven't told you yet. This might be the most explosive part of the entire scandal. You see, there's an $18 million secret slush fund that's been operating in the shadows of Capitol Hill for over 2 decades. Taxpayer money, your money, used to quietly settle sexual harassment claims against members of Congress whose names are hidden from public view. 300 workplace disputes settled since '97. And the system is specifically designed to protect the predators, not the victims. Eric Swalwell operated in a system that was built to cover up exactly this kind of misconduct. Let's take a look at what people are saying now. The DOJ launching a federal investigation into Eric Swalwell for sexual assault, according to Fox and Nick Sortor posting this. The investigation reportedly involves who knew what and when they knew it. As many Democrats were aware of Swalwell's misdeeds, but covered it up.
Just breaking moments ago, Justice Department is now investigating sexual assault allegations against former Democratic Congressman Eric Swalwell. According to a source, they are beginning that investigation, and Democrats are facing questions now about what did they know about this, because there was quite a bit of rumor and buzz out there. Did they decide not to mention this in a public forum? Swalwell has denied these accusations, but he admits to, quote, mistakes in judgment. The Wall Street Journal reports that there were, quote, whispers about his behavior with women for years. Quote, Alex Evans, a former Swalwell chief of staff who was working for a super PAC supporting Swalwell's candidacy, said rumors came up in endorsement conversations and, quote, as the last box that needs to be checked before they commit. Evans said that he never saw that behavior that raised the red flags and, quote, he was living a complete double life, according to Alex Evans.
Wow. As the shocking revelations about Swalwell unfold, we're now turning to the secretive Capitol Hill slush fund. Clean out Capitol Hill. News girls Ren and Mabel posting this.
Okay, this is really worrisome. A secret Capitol Hill slush fund has used over $18 million of taxpayer money to settle sexual harassment claims for the past 20 years. These claims are settled through the Office of Congressional Workplace Rights, and these payments are made directly through the Treasury. The worst part is that the identities of these lawmakers are hidden. I'm currently investigating the system that's quietly paid off workplace misconduct, discrimination, and harassment since 1997. And this could take place in congressional offices, Capitol Police, even the Library of Congress. It's settled around 300 workplace disputes, and so many of them are tied to sexual harassment. Every year, this office releases a report on how much it pays to settle these complaints, but like I said, it only lists the congressional office involved, not the names of staff or members, so the system protects all the wrong people. I looked at the report for last year, and the only settlement that was listed was from the office of Congresswoman Lori Chavez DeRemer, who is now the Secretary of Labor. And we can see that her office paid $98,650, and we don't know exactly for what, just that it was some type of undisclosed workplace discrimination. It seems like the concerning sexual misconduct allegations facing former California Representative Eric Swalwell has really opened everyone's eyes to what's happening on the Hill. And a lot of people are saying that this is a Me Too Part 2 and that another huge reckoning is coming. But this time, instead of entertainment in Hollywood, we're talking about the world of politics. And the good news is that it looks like we'll actually be getting some more information on this. So Representative Anna Paulina Luna posted this on X. The House Oversight Committee subpoenaed the records of the Congressional Sexual Harassment Slush Fund, and we will be releasing them. Maybe we'll see more resignations. You never know. Hashtag trash day. We, the news girls, have been extensively exposing corrupt people in power. We were at the forefront of the Epstein files, and honestly, we think our work has just begun. If you or anyone you know has been a victim of someone on Capitol Hill, please reach out. We think that this is such an important story to cover. In the meantime, let me know if you want more reporting on this and what's happening behind closed doors on Capitol Hill, and follow News Girls to stay in the loop.
Follow News Girls to stay in the loop. We'll certainly be doing that. Well, Capitol Hill dark corners are being exposed. Josh Hawley reveals an even bigger twist. Pelosi knew about Swalwell's espionage ties. Here is Josh Hawley.
I don't have any doubt about it, Jesse, because he had become a liability. And you pointed out she knew all about this. She was briefed by the FBI back in 2020 that the guy was a target of a Chinese spy, Fang Fang. And by the way, Fang Fang probably got a Medal of Commendation. That's like the worst espionage assignment in the history of the world. But Swalwell fell for it. She knew that he was a liability. She knew he was a problem. She could use it as leverage until it blew up in her face, and now he's gone. And Jesse, this is why Congress needs to pass legislation, I'm introducing it today, that would deny pensions to every member of Congress who's convicted of a sex offense. Right now, you could be convicted and still get your pension. The only thing the government ought to be paying for people like Eric Swalwell is a jail cell.
Yeah, that's got to be a voice vote. That's got to be unanimous. Exactly. Senator, let's say AOC. We assume Nancy or Hakeem Jeffries has something on AOC. What do you think that is? And do you think they use it?
Oh, I think they absolutely use it if they've got it. And I think the way that you get it is you just monitor these people just like they did with Swalwell, and you use it for leverage. I mean, there's a reason that they stay in line, again, until they become liabilities. And you're right about Joe Biden. Who got Joe Biden out of the presidential race? Not Joe Biden. It was Nancy Pelosi once again. I mean, she is a power player. She has got more dirt on every member of her party than anybody else, any intelligence agency could ever hope to. And for my money, I say she's still in control over there.
Hawley's bombshell about Pelosi. It's not just an accusation. Here's Kevin McCarthy.
Every member in Congress knows not to let any young staffer get around Swalwell or Matt Gaetz. It's not a secret there.
I'm not surprised, frankly, because there have been rumors after rumors after rumors. His colleague in Washington pretty much said that. That's what Adam Schiff said. That's what Nancy Pelosi said.
That's former San Francisco Mayor Willie Brown reacting to news of Swalwell suspending his campaign.
Is there anybody that you support at this point?
No, I'm still trying to find somebody who might be able to win. And so far, I haven't found him.
Will you ever find him? Ken Delanian is freaking out over how serious the allegations are against Swalwell.
This is an example when we saw Swalwell and Gonzalez resign of what she called a remarkable and rare example of accountability on Capitol Hill. Why is that? Why is it rare? Why is it remarkable to see this accountability?
Because the founders made it incredibly hard to expel a member of Congress. It takes a 2/3 vote. They wanted to respect the will of the voters in the district that sent those people there. And the fact that this is happening shows you how powerful these allegations against these men actually are, Hannah.
Ken Delaney and Michael Schnell and Christy Greenberg, thank you.
So here's what this really means, okay? And this is exactly what the establishment media is terrified right now. Eric Swalwell is a cornered rat. Federal prosecutors are breathing down his neck, and rats facing federal prison time don't stay loyal. They become government witnesses. Ken Delanian on NBC freaking out about how serious the allegations are. Almost like he knows that a desperate Swalwell might start talking about things that go well beyond sex scandals. Things like maybe Russiagate, things like who fed what information to which reporter during the greatest political hoax ever perpetrated against an American president. Swalwell sat on the Intelligence Committee. Swalwell pushed the Russia collusion lie. Swalwell had relationships with the Intelligence Committee operatives and their media mouthpieces. The DOJ just picked up the shovel. And when you start digging in Washington, you never know whose bones come up first. See, this is the thread, folks. Pull it. These sexual misconduct allegations are the entry wound. The federal investigation is a surgery. What they find inside could expose the biggest institutional scandal in modern American political history. Swalwell, Pelosi, the Intel Committee, Fang Fang, the Russia hoax, the media operatives who carried water for all of it. Hawley introducing legislation to strip pensions from any member of Congress convicted of a sex offense. That should be a unanimous vote. But watch how many Democrats suddenly develop concerns about due process. Now, I want to hear from you in the comments. Do you believe Pelosi should face federal investigation for what she knew and when she knew it? Yes or no? Drop your answer below and tell me why. And share this video with everybody who needs to see it. And make sure you subscribe so you never miss when we break the next chapter of the story. But more importantly, text raw feed to 844-840-4963. Hundreds of patriots like you are already joining this list so they never miss any news that the algorithm decides isn't worthy of them. And check out the Next News merch shop at shop.nextnewsnetwork.com. I'm Gary Franchi. Stay informed and stay free.
The system controls information. Information control is power. They don't want you to see this. The truth only survives together. They don't want this shared. Share this now.